Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Good morning to you. Looking live over our gorgeous Charm City this morning. Thanks for being with us this Sunday. It's October 8th. I'm Taylor Stewart. And as you can see, the sun's out. Let's go ahead and get to your forecast. Meteorologist Wyatt Everhart. I haven't had a chance to step outside, but it's definitely feeling like fall out there based on your maps.
Absolutely. Look, wall-to-wall sunshine, right? That's the bright side of the story. However, the chill back big time this morning. We are in the widespread 50s across the state, some 40s off to the west. And locally, the numbers running in those mid to 50s. But remember, there's a bit of a west wind blowing out there, and so that's dropping the real field temperatures down. Sure, on the thermometer, we've got low mid 50s and even a few upper 50s, but throw in the west wind, 18 in Gaithersburg and 14 in Baltimore and some gusts to 20. It's going to continue to feel chillier than what the mercury suggests. So mid 50s, what it really feels like out there, but under a brilliant blue sky. Lots of sunshine, just a few high, thin clouds today. We've got clear weather out in Pittsburgh for the big Ravens game there at Three River today. And we're definitely going to have clear, dry, and crisp weather for the O's round 2 this afternoon. So there it is for you. Through the 60s we hover today, cooler with the wind. We'll talk about the trend into the early part of the week. Will we warm up some? That's straight ahead.
All right, we have breaking news overnight. 2 people in the hospital this morning after reports of shot fired during a homecoming party at Bowie State University. This happened around 11:45 last night in Henry Circle. This is right near the Business and Graduate Studies Center. It's not clear who opened fire or if anyone is in custody this morning. Bowie State Hill has more on the ongoing conflict and how the White House is responding.
Chaos and bloodshed across southern Israel on Saturday after the Palestinian militant group Hamas launched its largest attack on Israel in years. Hamas firing thousands of rockets into southern Israel. Israel's missile defense system, the Iron Dome, trying to intercept as many of those rockets as possible. Hamas firing unrelenting barrages at different angles and at different times, trying to overwhelm those defensive systems. These attacks were combined with ground forces invading Israeli settlements. Israel confirming that Hamas militants have taken an untold number of soldiers and civilians hostage. Hamas claims to have enough captives to force Israel to release all of the Palestinian prisoners in its jails. The leader of Hamas says they are prepared to expand the fight to Jerusalem and the West Bank. Israel says the attacks are a declaration of war, quickly firing back with airstrikes of its own into Palestinian territory, and calling up hundreds of thousands of reserve troops.
Our enemy will pay a price the type of which it has never known. We are in a war, and we will win it.
President Biden speaking from the White House Saturday, condemning the violence.
Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. Full stop. This is not a moment for any party hostile to Israel to exploit these attacks to seek advantage. The world is watching.
Israel is raising its posture on a number of fronts, with this fight still in the early stages.
Now, Maryland lawmakers are reacting to the acts of violence here in Israel. Senator Ben Cardin condemning the attack, saying his heart goes out to the impacted families. Congressman Andy Harris shared this message from Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying the United States will always stand with Israel. And Congressman Jamie Raskin, who is Jewish, says he's horrified and outraged by the attacks. He's asking Americans to stand strong with Israel against vicious acts of terrorism. A fusion of prom night and roller rink fun, how one group is making a difference in a uniquely stylish way.
And I'm Wyatt Everhart. The chill in across Maryland this morning with our front now offshore. It's sunshine on tap for the rest of your Sunday. But how about the rest of the week? We'll look at that in detail straight ahead on Fox 45 Morning News. Stay here.
Go ahead and lace up those skates. A local roller derby team is hosting a roller prom. It's to help recruit and raise money for a new rink, as photojournalist Casey Fair takes us to the dance.
Why not the 80s? It's October, so it's the Halloween month, so we go roller prom and kind of glam 80s. Usually if they hear derby, then they think, oh, there's going to be hitting. There's no hitting tonight. It's just like an open skate. Everyone's just rolling around, having fun. If someone falls, it might be because of their own 2 feet, not because someone hit them. So our league is made up of women and women identifying skaters. We're working on raising funds for our 2024 season and to hopefully help us find a new permanent home. We've been practicing pretty much all over Howard County, but if we could find somewhere permanent where we don't have to move around, that would be great. We have skaters coming in from Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania, all the way to Edgewater, Maryland. We have a lot of folks who are inexperienced, and we have a lot of very experienced skaters who've been around, so it's a lot to learn, but they're great teachers, and we have great coaches. It's really great to watch, like when they come in and they're like Bambi on skates, or they don't know how to skate at all, and they're afraid to put it on. We work with them, and then like 6 months later, we're watching you pull it. Yeah, can we say that? Yeah. Okay. Come check it out. Everybody is so welcoming. It seems intimidating, but it's not at all. And the worst that can happen is you have a good time and you end up spending money every month coming back.
The Rangers hold off the O's to take Game 1 of the ALDS. What went wrong in the loss? That's still ahead on Sports Unlimited. And the weekend, though, ending with plenty of sunshine and some cool temperatures. Meteorologist Wyatt Everhart lets us know when we could see a warm-up. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning. From the young to the old, there was plenty of excitement as the Orioles returned for the playoffs. This is Olivia working on her O's chant, hoping for a long postseason. And then dogs, they love baseball too, right? Checked out this photo of Rox all decked out in her Orioles jersey, complete with that orange leash. And then James here, okay, I get it, James. Showing love to both the birds and the flock. He's representing the Orioles and Ravens. You can see that on his shirt and his hat. hoping for 2 wins today, I see. We're going to see how you're cheering on the Orioles as well as the Ravens. Go ahead, send us your best photos and videos. You can do so at foxbaltimore.com/chime-in or use your WBFF app. All right, meteorologist Amy Aronson is not here yet, but we've got Wyatt Everhart who's going to let us know.
Mom and baby,
we're on the break.
Enjoying the fall chill at home, I'm sure. You know,
as she should. This is a good fall day to do so.
Amy has a nice hot apple cider, and she's just enjoying it right now.
Hopefully for the both of us, right?
Yes, yes. Now, having said that, we all can enjoy it this morning because you're going to keep the cool numbers around. A slow warm-up out of the 50s today. I think we'll make it in the 60s, but look at that west wind cranking at 15 almost, and gusting to 20, 25 at times a day. So it's going to be a brisk Sunday across the Baltimore area. This temperature in the mid-50s now. Highest wind gust over the last 24 hours since gusts to 28, even 30, 31, 32 miles an hour. So it is a breezy scenario. And with that comes, of course, a bit of a wind chill factor. So with the real field temperatures anywhere from where they're really gusting down toward North Beach in the 40s, 30s in western Maryland, I think most of us will be in the real feel in the low to mid 50s today. But if you're like tailgating outside locally, putting the Pittsburgh Ravens game on the TV or later the O's game, you're going to need to fleece, right? Because it's just going to be a little bit of a crisp chill. The sun will feel good, though. Bright sunshine today, just some high, thin clouds out of the west. High pressure will continue to kind of slide in out of the southwest this week. Keep the sunshine around and allow temperatures to steadily ramp up just a little bit each day. So it's a mostly sunny, mostly quiet scenario. As you go further west, there is a chance for showers out in like West Virginia, some unsettled weather toward Kentucky early week. We won't see that here. Again, I think just partly to mostly sunny skies and relatively dry, clear weather. Our next weather maker in terms of rain is not due until probably toward Friday and Saturday. In the meantime, it's all about temperature forecasting, right? 30s tonight, climbing back into the mid-60s tomorrow, and then another cool one tomorrow evening. Here's that overall trend. You see we go from the upper 60s to about 70 on Tuesday. Keep in mind the nighttime lows will still be down in the 40s. And there's our warm-up days. So basically, I think that Wednesday to Friday time frame, we're back in the mid to upper 70s. Keep in mind the average temp this time of year, 72. So this is nothing unusual. We're going to kind of be on either side of 72 here as we go toward this part of October. Chance for rain comes back into the picture late Friday and the Saturday and Sunday next weekend.
Welcome into your morning sports report. I'm Rocco DeSangro. The O's 7-year postseason drought officially over, and Birdland flocked to Camden Yards to show their support to the team that gave them a new sense of hope. Seeing that place packed, it's something special. The sellout crowd of 46,000 plus was rocking for Game 1 of the ALDS. O's ace Kyle Bradish on the mound, and he was grooving early on. Gets Josh Young swinging to end the top half of the second. Check out the camera angle. Great point of view there. 9 strikeouts on the day for Bradish, but in the fourth, the Rangers jumped on him for 2. Evan Carter doubles down the right field line to bring in Adolis Garcia. 1-0 Rangers. The very next batter's Jonah Heim, and he comes up with a big RBI single to make it 2-0 Rangers. Short outing for Bradish, 4 2/3, 2 earned on 7 hits. He did strike out 9. In the bottom half of the inning, Ryan Mountcastle doubles to left to score Anthony Santander. And just check out the crowd at Camden Yards. They erupted. Makes it 2-1. Look at the rally towels. Love it. To the 6th we go. Jacob Webb pitching for the O's. Josh Young takes him yard. 4-0-3 to center. Rangers take a 3-1 lead. Bottom half of the frame. Santander with a monster shot of his own. And just check out the crowd. I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, it is great when Camden Yards is rocking. What a scene. But it's not enough in this one as the Rangers take Game 1 by a final score of 3-2. So the O's fall in Game 1, dropping the first of this best-of-5 series. But it's a game where they were in until the very end and had plenty of chances to win. Morgan Adsit is at Camden Yards with more on what went wrong.
World Series champion with the Chicago Cubs, now Orioles manager Brandon Hyde, told me before October baseball got underway, it takes 2 things to win a World Series: good defense and starting pitching. The O's were lacking the latter today. In Game 1 of the ALDS, starter Kyle Bradish in his postseason debut had one of his shortest outings of the season, 4 2/3. One bad inning came in the fourth, 5 hits and 2 runs, and that was the difference that allowed Texas to take a 1-0 series lead.
You know, we gave up a couple runs there in the fourth, but I thought he was still throwing the ball well, mainly some singles, some ground ball singles, and I didn't think he was as sharp as he's usually, but he punched out 9 and had really good stuff.
It also didn't help Bradish. They didn't have run support in Game 1. The O's had chances late in the 8th and 9th, but the Orioles lineup with some big bats were silenced. Austin Hayes, Adley Rutschman, and Cedric Mullins were all hitless. The opposite for Anthony Santander. He was 2 for 3 with a home run and a walk in the O's 3-2 loss.
We went out there and just took our at-bats. I mean, the ball doesn't fall the way it wanted to. Sometimes it's just baseball.
Coming up in big moments, it can't happen every time. You know, it just is what it is. So, you know, prepare for tomorrow, locking in on opportunities when they arrive, and, you know, trying to execute them.
So now the focus shifts to Game 2 on Sunday. Grayson Rodriguez has the start in his postseason debut. We will eventually see Dean Kramer and Kyle Gibson starting for the Birds this week. Brandon Hyde has not released the order of those starts, but there will be no John Means in the O's rotation for the ALDS. Left off the roster with elbow soreness suffered during workouts. They hope to have him back if they advance to the ALCS. Reporting at Camden Yards, I'm Morgan Adsit for Sports Unlimited.
Thank you, Morgan. This is what the remaining ALDS schedule looks like. Back at it again today for Game 2 at 4. Then the two teams will head to Texas for Game 3 on Tuesday at 8:03 p.m. You can catch the action right here on Fox 45, followed by the if necessary games. 4 would be played in Texas, 5 would be back here in Baltimore. Fox 45 is your home for the 2023 World Series. The action begins Friday, October 27th. You can watch every single game right here, Fox 45. It might be week 5 on the schedule, but the Ravens-Steelers rivalry is unlike any regular season game. This game brings the best out of both teams, players, and coaching staffs, and it's one that means just a bit more. Just listen to Mark Andrews talk about it.
You know, we talk about being lasered in week by week, and you know, obviously the Ravens-Steelers game is you know, one of the best rivalries in the world, and you know, if you're not ready for a game like this, you know, what are you doing? But for us, being able to focus out here on practice, knowing what to do, visualize the moment, and make the plays when they come.
5-0 for the first time in 22 years. Maryland football faced its toughest challenge yet in 4th-ranked Ohio State. A win over the Buckeyes, it would be huge for the Terps, and they looked really good early on. Urban Meyer had a front-row seat for this unbelievable catch. Talia Tungavailoa fires it to the end zone. Caden Prater, how in the world? Defender draped all over him. Prater only needs one hand to haul it in. 7-0 Terps. Tied at 10 in the 3rd. Leah looking, decides to use his legs, and he cruises in for 6, his 3rd straight game with at least 1 passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. Terps take the lead, but Ohio State took the lead back and never looked back. Kyle McCord dials up Cade Stover for the 44-yard score. Talia 196 yards passing, 2 picks, and 2 total touchdowns as Ohio State hands Maryland its first loss, 37-17. That'll do it for this edition of Sports Unlimited. Rocco DeSangro, have a great Sunday.
And it will be a good one if you like lows in the mid-60s. Meteorologist White Everhart lets us know how your work week is shaping up. Stick with us. Look at her. It's gorgeous.
Talking about true sunshine, but also that true fall weather. What a great shot at Camden Yards. What a scene that was yesterday. Hey, today we've got more great weather for O's round 2, right?
And I like that.
Yeah, let's get the win. And we don't have to worry about the rain, kind of edging out, so they didn't have to, kind of dry everything off and clear the field there like we did yesterday. Today it's going to be bone dry and breezy and cool. Wear the orange fleece. We've got great weather on tap here. The extended forecast, lots of sunshine and some 70s back. It'll be cool nights this week, but pretty warm afternoons out in the sunshine, Taylor. So we're not a bad combination there. What a Maryland sports, weekend. Think about the Ravens Steelers today, and right after that we're going to have the O's on, and it's just unbelievable.
It's going to be a great day, and I mean we got good weather for it. Even though our other birds are heading to Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, it'll be cooler. People on that game, they're going to be.
Well, us Baltimoreans, we can handle a little bit of cold. They'll take them out.
There'll be a hot battle on the field. How's that?
Absolutely. Well, we're going to keep watching the games, and you can always stick with us here at Fox 45 News for all of your coverage. Have a great Sunday, a blessed Sunday, right? Have a good one.